what is your, yeah, first question is about experience and your motivation basically of regarding the role. So what's your experience working as a PPC specialist? Walk me through your main responsibilities and essentially what attracted you in this type of work.
Okay. So yeah, I am really excited when it comes to e-commerce because currently or just recently I handled a client that from an Australian client that she doesn't have someone who can do it also from website management, SEO, ads, social media. I like what's the development right now because what happened is I make things easier for her and she's currently generating conversions even though I just worked like 2 to 3 weeks. So I made an immediate impact. So that's what I like about ads or doing, PPC. Once the company grows when it comes to the um, like to the sales, I like that kind of work because through the optimization, it that's really my passion when I see something that instantly growing. So I like keyword research. I like understanding about the business mission of the company. But once I understand on what they do, uh, it aligns to the content I produce on the campaigns. So what the message they would like to convey. So I like that kind of uh, experience. And then I'm attracted at first because of the compensation. So that's the compensation that I really desire, to be honest. So I'm a breadwinner. Of course, I'm looking for a job that can really support me, my family, my goals. And then yeah, that was very attractive. And then since it handles multiple campaigns, so that's something that I would love to do because again, since this is what I love, for many years of experience, most especially for e-commerce, I have that already a process, a method, proven method that I use that works with any type of business. So that's why I'm confident I can fulfill with this role.
Got it, yeah. So just talk more about like your specific experience of like handling these campaigns, like what's your process? How did it look like? What were the numbers essentially? Yeah.
So I started with business branding. So once I understand the mission, vision, goals, and then their target income, that's the basis of my campaign. So I make sure that I know and understand what the message they would like to convey to their customers so that it meets the needs of the client. Because why is it important? Because during the process or my experience, there is there will be a hard time doing the campaign. It will go back and forth if I don't understand, the everything about the company, the services or products. And then after that will be keyword research. So I go to Google Analytics, I go to Google Trends, I go to SEMrush, and understand what type of keywords the leads are searching for when they will be routed to the website. So just like for example, for this e-commerce electrical wholesale supplies, I noticed that they're looking for specifically for Hager products, for conduits, and then electricians looking for their supplies. So meaning it doesn't hard. Google Ads setup is not that hard because I would just match onto what they are looking for because in Search Console it's already there. So my decision making for the keywords is what already on the website analytics, and then I go to Google Trends for topics. I go to social media for another type of keywords they are looking for. So meaning just match to what the customer needs, because in Google ads, most especially in Google ads, they reward you if you have a high click to rate ratio. So even though you're paying less amount compared to your competitors, you can still get a higher bid to the other competitors. So meaning that's why content creation or landing page, the speed is very vital. So that's where on-page SEO optimization. That's the next process after keyword research, and then also make sure that the technical aspects of the website is really functioning. So technical SEO before I run the ads. So make sure the contents and the website performance is good. Then that's the go signal that I will do the ads. And then my experience with e-commerce, what I do is I link shop, for example, Shopify to Google Merchant and then run a smart shopping campaign and a standard. So I do a A/B test on what type of if the performance max. So far, on my experience, performance max is the best initial campaign that needs to be used because it can instantly provide sales and it uh, covers all social media. I mean, all Google channels. Although the downside is it has multiple clicks but less conversion. Although what I do is I just use it for initial um, gathering of data because I based on my decisions on data-driven facts. So once I have that 1 month data enough needed, what happen is I will let the client evaluate. So this is the result. So we have a high, a 1.9 click-to-rate ratio. I provide them the report of the conversion rate. I provide them the cost per click, and then I provide them options. So will they stick to the performance max campaign, or they prefer the search option, or they would like to use the video YouTube ads. So I let them decide on what the best approach. So I just provide them the data that I gather. So that's how I usually work.
All right. Sounds great. Thanks for the comprehensive response. Yeah. Um, let's see here. Yeah, like not sure if you read through it, like the job description regarding their guarantee, but basically they mentioned one of their value props for their clients is that they offer I'm talking about the client, right? Um, they offer a specific guarantee which is um 5,000
15,
USD. Yeah,
50,000. Yeah, yeah.
yeah. 5,000 per month, and I think that's um for 3 months, so that's 15K, and then just essentially hitting a minimum of 20K revenue based on that. So the question is, have you worked with, a campaign that has specific revenue targets like this one, and like what strategies did you implement to achieve these goals?
Yeah,
And
there. Yes, go ahead.
go ahead. Yeah,
No, go ahead. Finish. Sorry.
yeah, and just yeah, if the campaign isn't meeting the targets that were initially set, like what's your step-by-step process and how you would pivot and fix that so you would be able to meet the target in the end.
Yeah, I don't know if you reviewed my portfolio, but yeah, I have a picture there for a campaign that I run, 1,000, no, 4,100 pounds.
Mm.
I don't know how much is it for dollars. Let me just real quick. So what happened is they generated 21,000 um, 21,000 pounds. So that's 27. Yeah, $27,000 revenue out of 4,100 so 4,100 budget. So that's $5,000 monthly budget. And it was raised 8,100 on um November, December, and then the revenue was uh 50 50,000 pounds. So the strategy there is optimization, monitoring, and then um, removing the keyword targets, the non-performing assets, and then even the selecting the correct time. So when I notice that there is a time that is not converting, like midnight, so in Google Analytics, they provide you the data where the conversion happens. So I can just focus on those specific time and remove the other times. So meaning that will address the additional cost. So if there's a high impressions in 12 a.m. to 6 a.m., but the conversion is less than 10%, but in 8 a.m. to 5 p.m., there is a conversion of more than 50%. So meaning turning off the night or dawn time, it will give a much better value. Although it will be based still on consistent ads. So there was also a time that there was a downside on the sales. So what happened is they increased the budget, and then um, I'm doing another A/B test, another test as a standard campaign, and then unfortunately that's also my concern. I would like to tell to the client if he do micromanage, because what happened is I followed on what the client like suggested, but what happened is it affected the campaign. I did not, of course, I consider his decision, but that's a problem if I'm the one who's starting the campaign and then he will take over. Um, that's something that needs to be I mean, like have to have a discussion, because they have to understand that there is always a downside for a certain month. So some sales doesn't happen consistently every month. So for a year, there's it's already expected that there's a one certain month that is down. So how do we go over that? Sometimes we just need to still continue and then address it at the next year, because when December happened, the sales was of course did go back. So yeah, how do I handle that is just get the data on what happened on that certain month, and then for if that next month will happen, so I will just make a different campaign that will for it to not happen. So that's how I actually address. And then yeah, it's really important to have an open discussion with the employer if how do they like if they also do micromanage, or actually I also consider the open discussions. But yeah, that's sometimes the risk is it will affect the performance of the campaigns that I do.
Yeah, this makes sense. All right. Thank you. Last question here. Um, yeah, like we both agreed on already, it's gonna be you're gonna be handling three,
Campaigns. Yeah.
yeah, simultaneous campaigns. So just let me know if yeah, the question is like if could you tell me a time where you manage multiple campaigns simultaneously? If not, um how would you ensure each campaign meets its performance targets? So let's assume the number three.
Yeah, it's monitoring, and then I will create a Google Sheet that will have the monitoring for each project. So that Google Sheet that will give me a clear idea and the client's idea for us to be on the same page. So since this is a remote work, um, he can just view the development of each project. So this is a separate for the monthly report. So meaning on a daily basis, he has a consistent um, update. So once I will update the what happened yesterday, so meaning on that sheet, he will be able to see that I am on top of each campaigns. So both of us will be on top using that Excel sheet. And then I actually put the notification on my phone. So that's another strategy. So if something happens to there's an there's an option, because if there's an increase or decrease, my phone will be notified. So meaning I can like follow it up right away or take action right away. So that's another strategy that I do. So actually, it's just more of a monitoring and then notification so that I will be able to be on top. And yeah,
Sounds good.